Robert?
We're live. Yeah, we're on the air.
All right.
A little bit of technical.
Share
Oh,
this.
you can get off the starting lives. Is starting soon screen. Okay. Okay.
Right.
It's just a
Let me
little.
share that.
Yeah, let's get that in the Facebook forum. I don't know what happened there, but we're back. It wasn't our fault. Oh, we're okay. Holy fuck! I thought we were frozen. I almost had a heart attack. All right, I think we're good, fellas. I mean, not the start you want, but that's why we play four
There
quarters
was
of
something
football,
crazy
right?
happening. Meteor.
Yeah.
Some.
Couple meteors during the year of this show, but
Yeah.
we've been able to survive them, and now we're live here with episode award show. I don't know what one
With a special guest.
with the commish.
The commish.
We got the commish in the house.
With the awards. It is a big night. It's
So-
the award night.
All right, well, let's
So-
get it cracking. I mean, what do you guys want to do first? Should we talk about
We got it. Well, we'll give you your we'll give you your flowers
Oh, okay.
because you had a big past weekend.
All right.
So let's go through the playing tournament recap.
Someone had it.
Yeah.
One player from one team.
One player from one team.
All right, we'll take that. So
But
first
before
game,
that. Yep.
first game of the day, I mean, kicked it off with honestly a really good game. It was, I got to see from the very beginning. I bumped into Walter on the way. We both went to 7-Eleven at the same time, and it was a great start to the day. So Cowboy Killers versus Flamin' Hot Immortals. Very close game, 27-21 final. Cowboy Killers. Bova, you got anything to say about that game?
We lost the game.
No. And he's ready for the spring.
Ready for the next season.
You're ready for you're ready for vacation.
It's a big game.
Okay.
No, they played a great. It's like a couple opportunities to get back into it, but just couldn't quite put the magic there.
I know there was some magic. I was just gonna say, and his name was Garrett Barry. He was for 2 weeks straight. He went nuclear.
He went nuclear.
He was a man. He on a mission.
Yeah, he was.
That
a
was
man
the
on a
best
mission.
I've ever seen him play, and he was locked in.
He was. You
totally-
couldn't get to him.
He
at
wouldn't
all.
even let me interview him.
Yeah,
after that game.
Really? I
He was
love
too
that.
Locked in. He was calling plays.
What did he say when you asked for an interview?
interview somebody else? I'm talking to my teammates.
Oh my god.
And I was like, I love that.
Yep.
You know? So he dominated. And that was the story of that game. I think Flamin' Hot still could have won that game. I think you guys still made one too many mistakes, but
I gotta ask you a question. Is it tough as a commissioner to set the whole field up, then play first playoff game of the day? Like, I was thinking of that to myself, and that might be a little difficult in some senses.
Can't really use it as an excuse. I've been doing it the whole season.
Yeah.
Past 3 seasons, set it up and all that. That's why I'm not a captain anymore.
Yeah.
Doing the captain stuff and then being the commissioner and all that.
It's too much.
That was a little bit too much for me to do, but
Yeah.
no, I'd say just playing in the game. I'm there either way. So
I respect that.
Okay.
All right. So next game, Blue Storm, Tiger Blood. Not much to say about this besides the fact that Tiger Blood's
First play of the game,
Yeah,
you all
it's-
accepted it. We were on like their 2-yard line.
Tiger
so
Blood, man.
They just had some bad luck.
It's just what could have been if they won that first game against Strip Check. I'm gonna
Really?
keep going back to it because it was. I don't know. It seems like ever since that play, that second half, week 1 of the season, they were just cursed.
I gotta agree with you. I watched that whole drip check Tiger Blood game start to finish, and they had it. They had that
Yeah.
game in the bag, and it seems like after that collapse, it just never recovered the rest of the season. Which really is unfortunate. JJ Michael Cobbin, that's a 1-2 punch that you don't see very often.
Well,
Were
in the
it-
playoffs,
they were
neither
in-
one of them. So
So shout out to Tiger Blood, the guys who showed up.
they did.
Despite the outcome, they still showed up without their top two players. I guess you could definitely say 2 best players, but on the off season. So Blue Storm moved on. Cowboy Killers moved on. This game was tough to watch. The next one. This was, in the sense, tough to watch for Ghost. So Ghost is up 9-0, looking like they were going to run away with it, and then Wrecking Crew made them turn the ball over. I'm not even kidding. I think 5 consecutive.
They started up 9-0.
Ghost started up 9-0. Wrecking Crew got a fumble, and then I think they got another fumble, and then they got 2 or 3 picks in a row, and then somehow, still at the end of the game, Ghost had a chance. They were driving, 1 play left, and they either got picked or got hit away. But it was Ghost, man. I know they didn't have, we said it. We weren't, or I can't remember what you said, but I wasn't in love with their draft, and that was just
I
disappointing.
thought they were going to be a lot better than they were this year. I had them to have. I remember first episode. I liked their draft, and I picked them to be a really strong team throughout the season, but it just didn't work out that way.
Bova?
Wrecking Crew, that defensive performance is probably one of the most impressive defensive stretches we've had in any game this year by any team.
That was crazy.
Five in a row, fumbles, picks,
Yeah.
just turnovers on down. And Junior and Burns there. It's a couple of good players, not slouches. They can play quarterback. So they
Right.
very, very impressive, especially the way Wrecking Crew season was. They only, I think, had 1 win in the year. And,
That's what's cool about the play-in, though, right? That's a
Yeah.
perfect example of why it's in here.
everyone a chance to give it one last go, and Wrecking Crew made the most of it that first game at least.
Yeah, shout out to Wrecking Crew for that.
Yeah,
Because
they had their
going
heads
into-
up all season long.
I think a big part of that, I got to give credit to Mark Perry.
He's the man. I've been on his
You know what I
team
mean?
last session.
He just,
Great
and the
teammate.
captains, of course, too. Some of the veteran leadership, you know what I mean? You can easily, after losing 5, 6, 7 in a row, be like, yeah, we're all set with this. But they end up winning 2 games towards the end of the year. I think they finished in their last 4 games. They were 500, so nothing to hang their heads about.
They definitely had some good chemistry on that team.
Yep.
For the most part, I mean, across the board, all the teams that even had bad records, attendance wasn't too much of an issue this season.
Which is awesome.
Yeah,
It's a really.
I think everybody's
except for
having
you
fun.
guys. Except for you guys had. I don't know what
It's a
happened.
curse every season.
Yeah.
Even when we made it to the championship, playing against plumbers and firemen season.
Yeah, you guys are playing with 5 or 6 guys. I give you guys credit because you never use that as an excuse. And the guys that did show up balled out. So, next game was, I didn't see this game. I heard the Cowboy Killers ran into a storm though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anything special happened in this one?
Not really. I mean, I think we just really started. That's where we just really started clicking during that game. And unfortunately, I just kind of feel like the Cowboy Killers just they gave up a little early, kind of.
Yeah.
And they just get up a couple scores. The games are really short. I mean, it's tough situation to be in the play-in games. The 15-minute halves. I mean, clock management is one thing that I think we did a really good job throughout the tournament. And yeah, I mean,
Which is mad. I was trying to tell people that talk to your quarterback.
Yeah,
talk to you.
my quarterback Tyler did a great job during
Yeah,
the play-in tournament.
15 minutes, man. If you could just hold the ball for a couple possessions, long, lengthy drives and scoring.
Yeah,
What else? You
Get
know,
some
some of
stops,
these wins here, you see it's like 25-6, 21. It wasn't high scoring,
No.
which it didn't need to be.
No.
It didn't need to be. Okay, so that was the end of Cowboy Killer season. It's hard to really say whether. I don't know what I expected out of them this season. I thought it would be a little bit better. They showed glimpses of they could be this excellent team, like they showed against you guys, where they could put it all together. And then other games they didn't fucking show up. They almost beat us in the regular season too. It was a roller coaster.
Yeah, I know. I'm kind of surprised their season went the way it did. I think they have a lot of really good players on that team, a lot of talent. So I'm not sure exactly what happened, what led them to not win some more games.
Right.
Maybe a little bit of chemistry with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Across the board. They
Yeah.
like in this game, it seemed like they kind of gave up a little bit too early. And that's kind of the story of the season.
Yeah.
With the QB carousel and
0-2, it sounded like the season was over after 0-2, and it was like, well, you guys got talent, but
Garrett Barry's been wanting to throw for the past 3 seasons, and he finally got his time to shine.
and it showed that he might have a place somewhere at one point if his number's called. So I give him a lot of credit. But so that was it for Cowboy Killer season. Island Gods Then played Wrecking Crew. I didn't see this game either.
This was honestly a pretty good game. It looks like the score is 28-18. I mean, I'm pretty sure it was a little bit closer. I think the Island Gods if I remember correctly, got a really good start. And then I'm pretty sure it ended up it ended up being a lot closer than it looks in my opinion. But obviously, Island Gods were able to advance there.
Nice. Wrecking Crew, like we said, nothing to hang their heads about.
No.
I think they kind of finished strong. And,
Yeah.
And the biggest thing above all is they never gave up, and they really just were like just nice dudes to be around. Like, when you're around a team that's losing all the time and you can play them and they can be angry and this and that. It was never the case with Wrecking Crew. So shout out to Wrecking Crew.
Yeah. What about you? Did you you have any thoughts on that game there?
The Red Gorilla Gods one. I don't know why I'm not sure I'm thinking this one. I think I watched most of this for some reason. I forget what's going on, but at the end of it, it seemed like it was kind of it wasn't as close at the end as it looked.
Yeah, Island Gods started kind of taking control of that.
And they had a.
Yep.
Okay, so now it's the championship, and it looks like you guys were in the driving seat the whole time.
Again, I mean, I did honestly, like when I was putting together this thing right here, I checked the score and I was like, holy fuck, we won by 20 points. I was kind of surprised by that. I think it played a lot closer than what that final score was. I think towards the end of the game, once it was over, we might have had like a touchdown or so in garbage time. Isle Gods played a really, really close game. I mean, I don't know what exactly the score was at halftime, but it definitely was back and forth at that point.
Nice. So you guys advance.
Yeah,
How are you feeling about that? Because I
feel
said
great.
that it was hot, and I was buying that
Yep.
the ice train was done.
Yep, you're stuck in the West Coast where it's hot, right?
I've been all over Blue Storm. I've been high. I've been low. I've been wrong about that.
Dude, sold too early, I think.
And that leads us. Before I go on about that point, shout out to Andrew Duvall.
Yeah, Andrew Duval, honestly,
MVP?
lit it up. Yeah, I'm naming him. This isn't an official thing in the league, but I'm naming Andrew Duval the play-in tournament MVP. And
I don't
honestly,
think anybody can. Well,
nobody can argue
Notarize
that.
it.
yeah.
Oh,
there was just a
live
notary
right there.
We have a live. What do you call it? Notary? What is it, people? Yeah, we have a live notary here. It's been sealed, signed, delivered. Andrew Duvall playing tournament MVP.
Just watching that clip that you posted on the page.
Insane.
Crazy,
Kind of asked with it.
crazy.
Insane. So
He
that
lit it up all day, and
yeah.
he does a great job leading our team too. I mean, he's really taken ownership in like leading in our team, and it's definitely showing. We are back on track here after winning the play-in tournament, so we feel good right now.
I agree, but
We know there's a lot. We're
Moving
going to the A
forward,
division now, so there's a lot of work to be done.
yeah. So let's kind of
we're not-
transition.
yeah, that's what we got a little ahead of ourselves in the regular
That's
season.
what I wanted to say.
The train's back on track, but we just need to focus, lock in. We got a really tough game. I mean, we could probably head into the
yeah.
matchups for.
Let's stay on the Blue Storm Honey Badgers 8 a.m. Let's go right into that.
8 a.m. That's right. I got the rest of. I'm gonna drink one more high noon. Actually, this one more high noon. We're cutting it off. My captain says no more than 2 high noons tonight. We got a big game tomorrow, 8 a.m.
Okay.
Did he show me what he's drinking? Posting the captain's chat, he's got a whole fucking bucket, a party-sized bucket of Fireball.
Oh, we're getting fucking hammered tonight.
Well, that's ironic because you know why? It's because they're gonna run into a fireball tomorrow morning.
The Honey Badgers. No, let me tell you a story. Actually, let me tell you a story.
Are the fire?
Let me tell you a story. I saw Captain Brian Vigent at the local market basket this week, early in the morning. This was early in the morning. I was surprised to see somebody in there that I know. Who comes in? Thought I was dreaming about beating the fucking Honey Badgers. It's Captain Brian Vigent. Wouldn't even look me in my eyeballs. He saw me. He saw
You
me
were yelling at him too. I heard.
Yeah,
I heard you were calling his name out, and
Yeah.
he wanted no part of it.
No part of it.
And now, do you think that's a disrespect thing, or
He
is
wanted
that
nothing
more
to do with it.
he's afraid of you guys?
I don't know.
I think he's afraid of you guys.
I don't know.
So let's go into our. Right.
He might think I know so much. Just trying to be more-
Right. He thought you were
Well, they
somebody
didn't
that he
even-
owed money.
I mean, oh fuck. I don't wanna actually.
Oh, okay. So wait a minute. We got to talk to our people in the gulag right
Yeah.
now. Jay, we're
How
gonna
did you
need
not
to-
get the notification, buddy?
Yeah, you're gonna need to pass that information along
Yeah, come on.
if there's anybody else in there who.
Listen, we've been online for a long time now. You know what I mean? We're gonna continue the episode.
So let's
It's-
go through Bova. We'll start with you. What's your prediction on that game? 8
That
a.m.
game's gonna be a dog fight. That should be a great matchup.
Honey Badgers,
on
Blue
paper.
Storm.
I'm excited for it.
It's gonna definitely be a good one. I heard, unfortunately, I think Chad got hurt today
Oh
at the
shit!
East tournament.
Really?
From her sources that I've heard.
The problem is with that injury he has is if you don't give it like a real month. I don't know if
Is
it's
it
a
what
different
was the injury? Do you know?
I didn't hear exactly what it was.
Yeah,
but
that
yeah,
sucks. I was literally with him this morning before we went to that
The
tournament.
problem is when you don't let those. If it's that injury, if you don't give it a
I
month
need
or
him
two,
on
it's
Saturdays.
very easy to re-aggravate that.
Yeah, he's got some kind of nagging injury that doesn't seem to want to go away.
If Chad was 100%, I'd probably say Honey Badgers, but it's going to be a weak answer. I think this is really a pick 'em.
Yeah,
It's pick 'em this week, and I'm probably going to go Blue Storm.
yeah.
Blue Storm
I
by
think
1
it's going to
point.
get down to the nitty gritty. Who's going to be more
Whoever has
ready?
the ball
Who's going to
first.
show up? Right.
Who do you got?
I mean, I'm not
By
going to
how
give
much?
you too much, but I'm going to say Blue Storm.
By how many points?
I think it's going to be a fucking dog fight.
A
I'm
bar
going to
fight.
take us. It's going to be a bar fight, Craig. It's going to be
Yeah.
a bar fight,
Yeah.
right? You kind of look like Craig,
Yep.
honestly,
Yep.
and I kind of look like KG.
Yep.
Yep.
So it's gonna be. So what's the
And I
final
play
score?
like him. I'm gonna say that we're gonna win this game by literally a conversion. I think it's gonna come down to the last couple plays of the game. Last play.
So we have 2 Blue Storm. I'll go.
No,
against
he said Honey Badgers.
No, he didn't.
He said Blue Storm.
by a point.
Said if
Said
they
Blue
had
Storm.
Chad
Used to be a
Hughes-
disrespect.
I'm gonna.
Go ahead. We know where you're going.
I heard. No, I'm gonna give you guys some insider information, just like Bobo was willing to give us. I heard that it's sunny skies and it's fucking 90 degrees.
No.
Hammer. Oh, jeez.
I
Broke
love
the
that.
mic. Hammer the Honey Badgers tomorrow.
By how
Put
much?
your mortgage on it.
Oh
Put your mortgage. Put your
That's a
dog.
mortgage.
put your
No
first
lobby.
one.
Somebody's saying. Oh, I keep it coming.
man. No
Keep it
lobby,
Put the
no
mortgage
shit.
on it. Put everything
Put
on
the
it.
mortgage.
Yep.
Put the fucking dog. I'm
Come on.
taking Honey Badgers by 10 on to the next game.
On to the next game. What is the next game? We got.
Outsiders versus Revenge. At
Damn,
8 a.m.
this is gonna be a good game, dude. Honestly, the
Should we
playoff
stop polls?
matchups, I liked it. Yeah. Oh
We
shit, I
just
gotta
stopped you
be.
before.
Yeah.
So what we'll do, we'll always
I want to get the chat involved here. I want you guys to pick.
poll which game you
Good
want
call, Howe.
Flip the Bird Media to live stream tomorrow.
Oh no, that I need in the chat. I need you guys. So obviously, there's 2 fields, right? I need the chat to tell us what games you want recorded, and the people are going to get what they want. Okay? Maybe I'll run one last poll at the end of the night, but I need the people to speak because we're torn. We don't know how to pick what game to record. But we're on to the next game, which is Outsiders and Revenge.
Yep.
Just
And please let us know which game between those 4 teams you want on the 8 a.m. All right, so
all right. We got our first. We're starting to get some polls. We're gonna put polls in this. I need the people to start voting here. We're gonna go through all the games with you guys.
Bova, let's start us off again.
Yeah. I
What
don't
do you
wanna
got in
be
this
first
game?
for this one.
I mean, this is another one. I think the playoff matchups this first round played out almost like as
I
well as
love
they
them.
could.
I love them.
Like, games seem
I
to be
literally
fighting.
love them.
I don't see any blowouts happening besides maybe one. But I think I gotta go if what are the streets? I think Carter's back for the playoffs.
Yeah,
Betting
well,
yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know if he's gonna be 100%, but if he's on the
Vinagre?
field,
Who'd you say? Sorry.
Carter.
Oh, Carter.
He's been out the past, say, 4 weeks. But even if he's on the field, he's not 100%. It's someone you gotta really keep your eye on and make sure you're paying attention to. So if he's out there, I think Outsiders comes away with it. I'm gonna say Outsiders by 5.
Outsiders by 5.
Do we have any sources? Do we know if he's going?
I know. And
I'm gonna say-
I tried to ask Tambo. I tried
He ain't gonna
peeking
tell you.
around. He's smart. He didn't give any info.
Carter's a
Smart.
baller though. I'm gonna. I mean, obviously injuries are injuries, but he's a tough fucking kid too. So I think he's gonna probably be there tomorrow if
I
I
would
had to
agree.
guess.
And Sorelli we played them with no Carter, and Sorelli was a little bit limpid. I think he's fully healthy. I don't think it was a major injury. He just looked like he was a little bit injured. But that's tough. So sorry to cut you off.
No, you can go because I'm having a tough time on this one. So go ahead, sell
I'm
it,
gonna
please.
go. We played outsiders and we handled them, but they didn't have. It's hard to say because I haven't seen them with a full roster. And well, I have, but it was very early in the season. They look great. With that being said, I think Outsiders just has too much veteran leadership with Tambo and guys he's played with before, and they have a system. So I'm going to go Outsiders by 8.
You both picked outsiders in this
Yeah.
game. So this is a coin toss to me, and where you both took outsiders, I'm gonna have to be a sharp here, and I'm gonna go with revenge to win this game.
But we need a score.
Same thing, dude. Like Bova said, in his last point there, like, dude, I love these matchups, and I can't convince myself that either of these teams are gonna win by multiple scores in this game. So I'm gonna go with fucking revenge. You both picked outsiders. I'm gonna be the dark horse. I'm going with revenge.
Okay.
I played against them too late in the season. They have some good chemistry, so not that outsiders doesn't. Honestly, buddy,
Step back, sidestep.
once he started
What's going on?
wearing Batman costumes, I was
Yeah,
like,
he's been acting
it's
different.
a little weird. Oh, here we go.
And according to the chat, what was the poll? What did the poll result come?
Isn't that bitch? Is he fucking with
Jamal
me?
Fidget.
That has to be.
This
I don't know
fucking
who
guy.
that is.
I'm pretty sure that's bitch.
That might be
Or
Brian
it's
Bidget.
Jamal.
I'm sorry, Jamal Bidget.
Jamal, dude.
Can you scroll up? What did the chat? I think the chat.
That right here. This is the results.
67% said revenge.
Yep. Derek, I just saw your question come in on my Facebook. Did we post the interviews? Unfortunately not. It sounded like a fucking absolute wind tunnel.
Did it?
Oh yeah, but it was a windy day that day, and we
So
just
work
used our
on
cell phones. We blew it. We'll fix it. We
Yeah.
blew it.
All right. Moving on. 9 a.m. Game of the year, possibly.
So the chat's got 70% revenge, by the way.
Let's go to the next game.
Yep.
We'll go our game first because that TD Mafia drip game has a lot of. I think that's going to be what Ice Media should cover.
Which one?
because-
Okay.
But first, we'll do Boom Boom versus Wolfpack, which probably won't be watched as much as the other game, but we will.
Why? What's the other game?
TD Mafia versus Drip Check.
Dude,
But
that's tough.
We won't go into that yet. Talk about Boom Boom Wolfpack. You guys lead us off. I won't talk about this one too much.
Boom Boom Wolfpack. Oh my god, dude. This is another fucking great matchup, dude. You want to go first, or you want me to go first?
Go first.
You want me to
I'm
go?
completely
Well, you go.
off the boom boom train.
I love that.
Completely off the boom boom train.
Oh my god, I love that.
Benjamin Woodward, if you're watching this, fuck you.
Yeah.
But no, actually, I do think Boom Boom wins this first round. At least I think they get past Wolfpack. I don't see enough offense coming out of Wolfpack. I think, like I was saying earlier, I think you gotta it's a rookie QB, has played in this league before. Yes, he's had some good games, had some bad games. So you gotta force him to make, some big plays. And when it comes down to it, I think I was just gonna have the advantage on that side there and knock him out the first round.
Yep.
Let's say Boom Boom by 8,
Okay.
Boom Boom by 8. Okay.
but they're not winning the championship.
Okay.
No shot.
A lot of people said this last session as well.
That was
But
me. I'm saying it
He
again.
said it. That was me, motherfucker. So we got Boom Boom and Wolfpack. Wow, dude. I keep repeating myself, but these matchups, I'm just loving them. And I'm gonna have to go with Boom Boom just because of the experience. Also, Boom Boom played a game this season that, made me think that obviously they're really set up to win in the playoffs. And it was when they won the drip check game in the regular season because a lot of people were watching that game. It was loud. And I think like majority wanted drip check. It felt like kind of at the field to win that game. And I mean, dude, honestly, buddy, like as your boy, you started off, you threw a pick, right, to start the game.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And you literally recovered great during that game. Like you stayed completely calm. The fans were going crazy, like the people watching and shit. and your whole entire team just stayed collective, and it felt like a playoff game in that regular season game. So I'm gonna that right there convinced me that I think Boom Boom's just ready to make another playoff run.
Yeah, I think I appreciate that. I think that we and myself sometimes don't take the regular season as serious as I should. Understand, like, to be honest, which isn't a good thing. But now that the playoffs are here, I'm turned up. I'm locked in, and I think the thing that has made us successful in the past and throughout the season is whether we're winning or losing, we never argue with each other. We never yell. We never get upset. We never get too high. Never get too low. So that's what we're looking to bring tomorrow. The only disadvantage is I played against a lot of these guys on Wolfpack, but we're going to game plan to hopefully where that won't be a factor. So
That's a great question, Derek, but I would say a couple important positions, which is the quarterback is returning. They had their safety who lit it up. What's his name again? I'm sorry.
Mike
He
Rodriguez
fucking lit it up in the playoffs last year, and then obviously coach. They got fucking coach.
and a two-time Super Bowl champion, arguably MVP,
Timmons.
Brian Timmons.
Brian, thank you. So, hey, Derek, honestly, buddy, they got plenty of experience on this.
Yeah, yeah.
Is this the most calm we've seen Mike Howe from start to finish in a season?
Wow, hey, there we go, huh? There we go. Commissioner, let me get one for you.
Trying to turn that, I'm seeing, I've witnessed it a lot of. I've been a ref now, and I've seen people arguing and fighting and it's bullshit, and I'm trying to turn that leaf. It ain't easy for me. It hasn't been easy for me, but I know how much of a dickhead I probably looked now seeing it from a different perspective when other people argue and shit, and I'm like, that's just stupid.
You're a
So,
good kid, bud.
but moving on,
Chat's torn. 50-50 on this game.
I think that's fair. I think it's a pick 'em.
Dude, yeah, they're all pick'ems so far. This is fucking.
Yeah.
I'm loving
So
the matchup.
let's go on to the next. This is probably the game of the day.
What's the next one?
TD versus Drip.
Sorry. TD
So-
versus Strip. Is this the last one?
No,
Nope.
no, not yet. So
Yeah,
we'll
it is.
have game. Well, we'll play Devil's Advocate, and we'll just pick over because with the buys, so we could say how those.
Oh, well, they got the buys. I think we should probably go to the.
Okay, all right, we could do that.
Uh,
So let's go into that game. TD versus Drip Check. I don't know, Patty, lead us off. What do you got?
TD versus Strip Check. Holy
But
fuck,
TD did play Drip Check
in the regular season.
last week, and they beat him by a lot, right, Bova?
Yeah, and there was a lot of shit talking. That game got this.
There was a lot of shit talking. So, I don't see anything that tells me that it's going to be any different.
Really?
I'm saying about the shit talk. The score, I don't think it's going to be a 50-point.
Man,
I got you with your jersey, Dom. I think that it's going to be, dude. Jordan is that dude in this league when he wants to be. When he wants to be, dude, he's just when he shows up, man. Like every game I feel like he plays, he has multiple interceptions, and he's just a playmaker on offense. It's very hard to stop.
He's a playmaker on both sides.
On offense and defense.
Wide
It's
receiver,
like,
quarterback,
anywhere he goes,
safety,
playmaker.
corner. He can, dude. He's a ball.
It's just after the beating that team, but they say it's very hard to beat a team 2 weeks in a row, no matter who it is. When it's a good team, I think
And Drip Check don't want to lose twice to them.
I think Drip Check wins this game by 2 points.
Wow.
Who do you got, Ben?
I think Drip Check as well. I'm gonna go with Drip Check by a conversion. I'm gonna have to agree with that.
Okay, Bova.
I played both of these teams this season, and I think Touchdown Mafia's defense is a tier above Drip Checks.
Yep, I witnessed that firsthand.
Yeah.
And then you think they're off? You think TD's offense can keep up with Drip Check's offense?
I think Drip's offense is going to run into problems with TD's.
Okay, I
defense.
see what you're saying.
So
Yeah.
I think TD will be able to score enough to outpace Drip Check. I think it's be more of a defensive battle than anything than last week, though.
You want to know what?
There's some great matchups I'm looking forward to in that game, like player-wise. I'm looking forward to obviously Danny and Jordan getting their rematch and going back at it. And another one I really am gonna enjoy watching is Deuce versus DJ. I think that they're both great players in their own ways, and they play pretty similar to each other. And they're both huge parts of their team. So I think it's going to be cool to watch them two square up in this game.
I agree.
Yeah, there's definitely some great matchups.
I agree.
But because of the defensive ability of TD, I think they come away with a second week in a row win. I think TD wins by 10.
Okay, TD by 10.
Okay.
That covers pretty much the first round. Dream Killers will play and Dirty Squad will play. Winner Dirty Squad plays the winner of
My game, I think, right?
your game,
Yeah.
and then Dream Killers will play. No. Are you guys playing in the same day? If you
Yeah.
win?
If we win, I think we do.
So Honey Badgers, Blue Storm plays Dirty Squad, winner of your game, and then Dream Killers plays the winner of Outsiders versus Revenge at 10 o'clock. Let's go to the awards.
Also, I think it's going to be a rainy day tomorrow, fellas. So it's
Cold
going to be wet.
and rainy.
Awards. I don't know. I gotta text Rob, see how we're gonna run this. But I think we should bring in the most improved player of the year first. What do you guys think? You cool with that one?
Yeah, something. Hey,
Let's get the most improved. So we're gonna start bringing in the guests here. It's time to announce the awards. And also on the last, what was the last? Oh, boom, boom, 50-50. So
We didn't do a poll for TD. We can load that
Oh,
poll
that's
up though. Let's load that up while
okay,
we get
good call. Well, we get the most improved player of the year in here.
Jerry will play Storm or Honey Badgers.
Yeah, I thought. Is that not what you said?
Yeah, that's what we said.
Dirty plays Storm.
Yeah, Dream Killers plays Outsiders or Revenge at 10 o'clock or whatever it is, 10:30. And then Storm Badgers plays Dirty Squad.
So, okay. What in Streamlabs or Discord? Okay, got it. Okay, got it. All right, cool. So, all right.
Yeah.
We're gonna bring him in. It doesn't. I literally can't drag him up here.
There we go. Perfect.
All right, most improved player of the year, Island. Can you hear us? Dylan, there he is.
Can you guys still hear me? I can't see anything.
We can hear you, buddy. You're in here.
All right, so that pretty much announces it.
We got the most improved player of the year, Dylan the Island Elliott, in here.
We're with the island. Congratulations, buddy.
No, thank you guys. I appreciate it, and it's an honor, honestly. I busted my ass all season, so I'm glad that the league appreciated it and showed appreciation back to me.
Yeah, you did. You had a really good season, dude. I let you know that. I think you and I had a conversation before we played in the play-in tournament, and I let you know, dude. You definitely balled out this season on both sides of the ball. You had an awesome season.
No, I mean you had a great season as well. So did Tyler. So did Tambo as well. But I did whatever the team needed me to pretty much do. We were short a little bit on attendance every single game, and whatever Jake needed me to do offensively, I did, and then I did my best on defense as well.
Yeah, and Elliot, I got to give you credit, man. It seems, and I've said this to you before, you got a target on your back, being known as the island, and people want to, have their opportunities to try to sink the island and this and that. But you never shied away from the competition, man, and look what happens. You got the most improved player award. So great season.
No, like I said, thank you guys. I really appreciate it, and let's keep this league moving in the positive direction.
Nice.
Awesome. All right, Elliot. Thank you very much.
Congrats
Most
again.
improved player, Dylan Elliott, the island.
The Island.
You guys,
Take it easy, buddy. Thanks for tuning in.
good luck, guys.
Thank you.
All right, who do we want to do next?
We can go in Rookie of the Year. Bova, do you want to announce this one?
Yeah, let's do the Rookie of the Year. I don't think he's going to be in the chat today. I think he has. I think he's reffing the league.
Not only is he the Rookie of the Year, but he's also a referee.
The ref of the year.
So this rookie, he had a weird year last year, so he maintained red shirt eligibility.
Okay, so he pulled a Ben Simmons, is what you're
He
saying.
did. He pulled the Ben Simmons. But Adam Tambo from Outsiders is the rookie of the year. Put up some crazy numbers at
Yes, he
over
did.
100 catches, 22 touchdowns.
How do you have over 100 catches in a season?
Dad's throwing it to you.
Pops is throwing you that.
Okay, how much better chemistry can you get?
Yeah, that's insane.
And their number one pick was out for half the season, so Adam stepped up in a big way for them. Led the league in catches, led the league in touchdown receptions, and really put outsiders in a position to win a lot of those games. So
Yeah.
Congratulations, Adam. I'm not sure if you're watching or if you see this later, but
Watch the rerun. Great season, Adam. You
Just
freaking
gonna-
balled out this year for sure.
Yeah, he did.
Sure.
And on D, he had a good amount of pass deflections. He had a pick. I think he played good defense.
He's young too. Lot of
He's
time to
a
improve.
future of this league.
Yep.
Is the young kids. You know
He's
what I
a
mean?
young guy.
So congratulations, rookie of the year, Adam Tambo.
Yep. Good shit, buddy. What's the next one we want to do? Should we do the old man? We can do man of the year if we want.
Yeah. All right.
Or
Man of the year.
man of the year. We got him in here. He's on mute. There he is.
No, he's
He's
up.
ready to go. He's literally ready to
All
go.
right, we are here with the man of the year, Justin.
Hey, you guys as well.
Yeah.
You guys as
Cheers.
well.
Cheers.
We got a co-one.
We got a split. It was a split decision.
Cheers.
Cheers, Justin
Yeah.
Parker. He did
Cheers,
an
man.
excellent job on the website. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
that website's
the
great.
write-ups, everything on the website.
Always up to date. Stats are always in there. Always, updating the page, stats, standings, everything. It's a sweet website. So
Even just the write-up he did for playoffs was
Yeah.
insane.
yeah, we used that for this episode.
Yeah. So
Yeah, appreciate that, guys. Yeah, if there's anything you guys are looking for, anybody in the league is looking for the site, any ideas or thoughts, definitely forward them my way.
Okay.
Anything to improve it or make it better.
This one was a tough one. Came down the cap chat, and it was a dead tie, 8-8 between the votes.
Wow, that's awesome.
I think between, get Rob in the back end too.
Yep. Robin Ben, big time.
Rob, Ben, you two, you guys have, I think, equally done a lot of great things for the league here with the extra things that you put in. Justin, creating the website. We, met at the beginning of the season to get this started. You do the stats every week, the write-ups that you do, making it nice and organized. I know it's your first time building a website too, so it's been great to see the
Wow, that's really impressive. That's
Yeah,
your
we
first
couldn't
time
even tell.
creating a website? Damn,
first website.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the first one.
that's awesome, bro. Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe when
Thank
we
you.
get a Flip the Bird website, we know who to go to. That's for sure.
yeah. I'll hook you guys up. Let me know.
Good looks, man. And obviously the website's great. So congrats and cheers to the to splitting the man of the year. Feels good.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, you guys as well.
yeah, but may your luck run out at around 9:00 tomorrow, buddy.
Well, see.
Thank you, man of the
Thanks,
year,
guys.
Flip the Bird, and Justin Parker.
Good shit, fellas. That's a team effort award right there, and you gotta appreciate that. So,
Yeah, thank
All right, thank you, Justin. What do we got next?
well, now we're
We're officially getting in the goodies.
getting into the
Uh-oh.
goodies here.
Bova's
Oh,
reaching for something
Jeez.
over there.
Got some hardware up in the studio.
defensive one out first.
Oh,
Defensive?
man,
Okay.
that's some hardware.
Can I see this thing? This
Yeah,
thing
we'll
is
hold it across here, or Patty, you hold it because you're in the middle. This is a official belt. Somebody's going home with a real belt, and this guy has been my pick, I think, since pretty much week one. Since I seen him balling out. Is he in here?
no.
He's not in here.
Doesn't look like it. That guy. Fuck that guy. It's the motto for the whole every season. It's just fuck this guy.
He is.
Oh, he is?
The defensive guy?
Wait a
No.
minute. Scroll down. Let's see.
No shot.
No, he ain't. No, we
Let's
got
see.
Nas. Oh,
No, that's gotta be.
No.
yeah, that's got to be Tambo. I mean,
Okay. That's Adam Tambo coming in.
but he already got rid.
Yeah.
Adam didn't know that we were.
All right. So
Is that plugged in?
yeah, everything's good. So we'd like to shout out to Can we do a mic check here? I just want to make sure we're putting it. Can you?
Somebody in the chat, let us know if you can hear us. Is the audio still working? Anybody in the chat?
Robbie, can you hear me?
Okay, good. We're good. We're good.
All right.
All right. So Bova, go ahead. Why don't you let everybody know who won this thing?
Right, so it came down to a pretty close vote on this one. This guy led the league in forced fumbles, big year with interceptions, flag pulls, fumble recoveries. Did a little bit of everything. Flew under the radar for a lot of the season. People didn't talk about it too much. This team didn't get a lot of love for most of the season, which is kind of crazy. But Mr. Dennis Lean is our defensive player of the year. 7 interceptions, 1 defensive touchdown, 5 pass deflections, 2 fumble recoveries, and 3 forced fumbles.
What a stat line!
It's a big defensive stat line.
And I was on him all year. I said, every time I'd see him, I'd be like, Dennis, how many turnovers have you caused?
And it was always like just 1 to 2 more every time.
Yeah, and one time I seen him, I'm like, Dennis, how many turnovers do you have this game? He's like, just 2. I'm like, what? And then he comes out next game and he mossed. And I love Walter, but he went up and ripped the ball out of Walter's hand 30 seconds.
Huge play.
30 seconds after I talked to him, I'm like, this guy just like he's everywhere. He went crazy this year, and I give him a lot of credit because he went from playing QB, then he had a really step up at QB last year, led his team to the semifinals in a close game against us. Then they decided, hey, you're not playing QB. Didn't complain, didn't say shit, just balled out on defense instead. Defensive player of the year, Dennis Lean.
These things are honest. This spell is fucking awesome. I'm glad that I could
he-
not the defensive player of the year. So
Very happy that he won that.
So all the belts and awards will work the same way as the league trophy. So eventually, I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do it, but
maybe
that's
like
a tough
the
one. It's
inside or something.
Inside, but we're gonna get everyone's name on plaques each year. I gotta get the previous winners on the other ones too. But Dennis Lean, you'll have your name somewhere.
Hell yeah,
Not sure
in the
if it's gonna
history
say
books.
Fuck Dennis Lean on here yet or not. We'll figure that out. Date.
But your name will be on it.
You can see this at
Somewhere
Kim
on it
Stones
will be
very
on.
soon.
Congrats,
Hell yeah.
Dennis.
Good stuff.
All right, we are getting now into offensive player of the year.
Which I don't remember. Which one is that?
I think it's right here, right?
Oh, okay, right here, right?
I think so.
Yep.
Right here, offensive.
That's it.
Right. Let's get him in. This was my pick for MVP before the season. Deuce. Can you hear us, Deuce? Well, anyways, we got
These
the
belts are fun.
offensive player of the year. Deuce, very well deserved from Drip Check.
Very hard to argue that.
Yeah.
He went absolutely crazy this year.
Yeah, he did.
But arguably could have won multiple awards.
Yes.
I think we have Deuce in here, but I'm not sure.
Yo,
if
Deuce,
he
can you hear us?
Yo,
Oh, there he is.
I'm on card, man. What's going on?
No, he's playing some Call of Duty. Okay. That's the multitasking offensive player of the year right there. When he's not catching touchdowns, he's lighting it up in Call of Duty.
Yeah, appreciate it, fellas. I appreciate it.
So Deuce had another crazy year here. He converted, it looks like, on 42 of his catches, he scored 16 touchdowns. That's
insane.
every 30% of the time he touched the ball.
When he touches the ball, he's scoring a touchdown.
9 rushes for another 4 touchdowns, 20 touchdowns total. in the
20
season.
total touchdowns is insane.
Yeah.
As a non-quarter, some quarterbacks didn't throw 20 touchdowns.
Well, dude, can you imagine if he got the targets?
And he
Can you
threw
imagine
2
if he got the
touchdowns.
targets that some people are getting in here too? I mean, some people he's putting up these numbers with half the targets that some guys getting. Right.
Yeah, I threw
Which is
2 and I ran for 4 and caught I think 17. They're missing one on the site from that first game, I guess.
Jeez.
He's
So 20 plus touchdowns.
22, I think it was. And that's without a missed game. That's with a missed game.
With a missed game.
That's, you know what I'm saying?
22
So that's the asterisk.
touchdowns.
Deuce said
Yeah.
he proved why he should have.
Well, Deuce, you get this awesome fucking.
Well,
belt,
Deuce,
so
yes, this belt is honestly sick. And
It
That's
is.
dope.
you could have won, I think, almost every award if
Yeah.
you really go down the line. Rookie of the year, MVP, offensive, defensive,
I'm content with a water, man. Honestly.
He's in the running for MVP as well. Yeah, he just had a crazy year all around.
Yep, nobody's
For-
surprised there. I picked him to win
That's gonna be
MVP before the season started.
for QBs, man. I was saying that though. MVP is gonna be tough to get for anybody versus a QB, honestly.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna throw honestly 40 something plus. And if you're a runner like Jay, you're gonna, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna get 12, something like that.
Right.
Yep.
So
Right.
it's gonna be tough to get an MVP outside of playing the quarterback position.
Yep.
He's right.
You know?
He's right. No,
It's
You're gonna have
it's
to go
tough in any,
absolutely
level
bonkers.
of football. It's kind of always
It's always the little,
Yeah.
Always
You're gonna have to go bonk. You have to have like a Cooper Cup type, in the
Yeah,
NFL to do that. You know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying?
gotta
well,
say,
you had. I mean, you pretty much did have a Cooper Cup type year, to be honest.
Nah, but Adam did have fucking like 100 fucking catches, which is pretty crazy. I ain't gonna lie about that.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
That is insane.
So,
for comparison though, like he was in the runner for offensive player of the year. It was very close between him and Deuce.
that's why I mentioned him. Yep.
But Adam had 100 catches and Deuce had only 40, but Deuce scored almost as many touchdowns between the pass and rushing and receiving as Adam did with 55 more touches. So that's
Dude, that's wild.
that's
Yeah.
stout.
Yep. Hell yeah. Good shit, Deuce. Congrats, man.
Congrats,
Appreciate
Deuce.
it. Thank y'all, man. Appreciate
And good
y'all.
luck
Thank you,
tomorrow as well.
Absolutely. Thanks for taking the time, Deuce.
Likewise. Yes,
Thank you.
sir.
Good luck tomorrow, bro.
Appreciate you.
Offensive Player of the Year, Deuce. I think we have one more award left.
We got two.
Oh, one more bell.
Let's bring in right here this guy first.
QB of the year.
Yep.
Okay.
And it's a little past his bedtime, so I really do appreciate him staying up. Quarterback of the year. Are you with us, sir?
Appreciate it.
Sir,
This sport, that's
He's
been
there.
very
Oh my
patient with us.
gosh. You
Thank
can
you,
hear
sir.
him. He's awake.
Let's give him some time. Yeah. He's getting some time on this show.
do I have to click on this?
Yeah, you have to turn your camera on so we can all see it.
Is it not on?
Or maybe it is. Hold on.
No, it's not.
No,
He would have.
can't see it, buddy. But that's okay.
And we haven't announced who it is yet, so we're keeping the
I
people.
want to see your face when we
We're
present this
keeping
belt.
people in the dark.
Tim, there's a button on your phone that looks like a camera.
Oh, he's here he comes. So we are here.
I had to go.
with-
You see him?
No, but I could tell that his thing's on. We're here with the quarterback of the year, Steve Tambo. What a year! What else can we say? Really, he went crazy this year.
Nuclear.
He went, and my favorite new word, he went nuclear.
I like that word.
Tambo, what do you got to say?
I mean, after last year, I had to come out and step up, figure out the league a little better, and really wanted to put some effort into getting good at this style. I felt I figured it out a little bit. Got some growing to do. That's really it. I needed to, a lot of people know me, and a lot of people in this league don't know me, and I wanted to, get my name out there, show everybody that I can play. Still at this,
What other way to do it than on the football field? And I think one of the most impressive things you did this season, Tambo, was 5 interceptions.
Which is crazy.
That's key, man. To keep the turnovers down to such a low level.
51 and
number there.
5 is insane.
Yeah, that's elite.
That is elite. That is Tom Brady type numbers, and I got to give you a lot of credit, Tambo, because you played on a team last session that it was a mess. Not even because of you. You were there, as much as you could. It ended up not being a team, and you came back and you said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna turn shit around."
I like the league. You know what I mean? I like the concept, and I like it even more now, getting a real, season with some substance in it. But I'm not where I'm at without my guy. We could talk about 5 picks, but that comes down to, guys running their routes right. Looking for what I'm looking for, us being on the same page. So honestly, without my guys, those 5 picks are probably a lot higher. And I drafted a team that I felt we could work good together, and I you know, and I said to them, we're going to learn plays. We're going to try to pick apart defense.
Oh, did we lose you?
Oh, we lost Tambo.
Tambo, for some reason we can't hear you.
I don't know if he's covering the mic, but
Did you happen to hit mute or something? Let me try something real quick.
we're gonna try to bring Tambo back in and see if it was just technical difficulties here.
Tambo, can you hear us better now? We couldn't hear you. It sounded like it got disconnected.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, perfect.
All right, so I think you were leading off by just kind of giving credit to your teammates.
You're talking about your picks.
Limited turnovers.
Yeah, I mean, I told the guys, we're gonna run real plays. We're gonna try to pick apart defenses, read defenses. My biggest philosophy is the open receiver is the right receiver. Obviously, situational that can change a lot, but they bought into me. They trusted me. They gave me the respect that I would want. That I would give the respect to another teammate, and it worked out well. So I couldn't be here without those guys, and I thank those guys for helping me.
Yeah, and you guys have a deep roster set up to make a nice playoff run now, so that's definitely good stuff.
50
Yeah, that was the goal.
Impressive, but to do that without your number one target for the whole season.
Yeah, true, and that's without
Dealing with
Carter for a lot of the
injuries,
time.
and he dealt with injuries. And hey, Tambo, I got a question for you.
Sure.
Is Carter playing tomorrow?
Have you talked to him?
See, I knew it wasn't gonna be a straight answer.
No, we haven't. Have you?
Not today. I mean, I've been waiting on this thing for 2 hours. I mean, luck and half. I don't know.
So if he doesn't show up, it's our fault because you
Yeah.
were waiting to
Yeah.
communicate.
Carter would still be in Discord tomorrow. If
All right.
Yeah, never know.
All right. Well, Tambo, thank you, quarterback of the year. Good luck tomorrow.
Good shit, Tambo. Good luck tomorrow, bro.
All right, boys. Thank you.
Thanks for
Thank you.
coming up.
And thanks for waiting for us.
Thanks for waiting.
sir.
Thank you to all the
Appreciate
guests.
that.
for waiting.
Yeah, we had a little bit of technical difficulties tonight. We're still learning over here, like how to do this right now. But anyways, we got the Top Gun right here. We got the MVP coming in.
Oh,
How's pissed. Jay Charles, welcome to the show. We got the MVP of the league.
I'll go grab it.
How's we're making.
No, don't worry. I'll grab it because it's mine right now.
Yeah. Oh wow, you were that. Oh right, so you're handing it over.
Yeah. Do I get to? How long do I get to celebrate?
It's all over. You have to give it to him.
You can keep it tonight.
Oh, he's not in here.
Okay. All right.
There
I'll
we
do that.
Sorry, Jay.
I do still got the plaques man for it.
No, it's
Jay Charles, can you hear us, sir? Jay,
He doesn't.
are you out of the gulag?
He doesn't know how to fucking.
He's muted. He's muted. Why does he keep
He's
leaving? Because he
leaving.
doesn't know he's muted.
He's not having it.
Jay, you gotta get that mute button off, buddy. Don't be blaming your receivers this time. Jay, you're off mute now. It's gonna work. Watch.
All right.
There he is. See, you were gonna blame your receivers, and we were the receivers, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Jay, thanks for staying in. Obviously, we had a little bit of technical difficulties tonight, so we really appreciate you waiting throughout the show.
Yeah, of course.
And congrats, buddy,
I
on your
didn't do it for
MVP.
Mike, but
We got. Oh, that's
Jay, I got something for you.
this gigantic.
I will be
trophy.
handing this to you tomorrow in person.
We made Howe pick it up because we knew that you would really enjoy him giving that to you.
yeah,
There
I
it
would.
is.
Me and Mike, he's been my my arch nemesis all season, but we've been building a great friendship the last few weeks. So we're turning a leaf,
Just waiting for him to finish it. It's never that easy.
Jay, MVP of the year, rookie coming in. Like, what do you got to say about that? You put up some great numbers this year. You guys are undefeated.
Yeah, it's been a fun season. First off, shout out to the guys, Bova, to you guys, Rob and Justin and Ben, the guys behind the scenes that make it all happen. It's been a real fun league, and I'll say I was I was unsure about it, like coming in and everything. I was unsure if I was gonna play, and I'm glad that I did. It's been a great time. Running a draft league is definitely not easy. I know a lot of guys have tried to do it, and none have been nearly this successful. So hats off to you, Bova, and all the work that everyone else puts in. It's a fun league for sure. Next would be the Dream Killer guys. I mean, a lot of like Steve said, you come in, you play quarterback. The guys got to put a lot of trust in their quarterback to play offense and run the offense you want to run and trust you that you know what you're doing. So thanks to the Dream Killer guys that bought in, and obviously the job's not done yet, which we've said all season. You know, it's great being undefeated. It's fun every week being the talked about team and the feared one, but it doesn't really matter until you win a chip.
Who
So
fears you guys?
I know you do, Mike. You don't want to see me. You don't want to see me in the playoffs.
Oh, here we go. So, Jay, I mean, is besides obviously, you've hit all the accolades. Like we said about Deuce, you probably could have won every award. Is that if you don't win the championship this year, do any of these awards still? I know you're kind of like a guy who only cares about your own accolades and not really team accolades. So, does it really matter if you win the championship or not at this point with getting the MVP?
I mean, everyone loves to be recognized for their plays on the field, but we all play to win the game. That's the most important thing. So it's great to be recognized for having a good season, but again, without my teammates and everyone buying in, running the defense that we do, running the offense that we do, it means nothing if we don't win. So
That's fair.
That is fair.
Yeah,
That is
it's-
fair. So you guys got the bye week, right? So you don't even know who you're
They're
playing.
playing tomorrow. Either
They play. I keep forgetting. Is this
outsiders or
revenge or
revenge.
outsiders?
Do you think any of those teams pose a threat to you tomorrow?
Outsiders. I think
You're a big revenge fan tomorrow morning.
I mean, I'll play whoever. I think they could have a good game, and the only reason I say that is because we played Revenge in the preseason, and then we played them during the season, and I just don't think they're as deep as Outsiders. Doesn't mean they can't win. I mean, they have enough guys to get it done, but I just don't think they have the depth in the roster to be able to keep up with the top teams.
Cam's just made a hilarious comment that I need to bring recognition to the show. He said, "If Jay wins MVP, we riot."
They're gonna be on light posts tonight and hanging it from top lights and everything else. But can we bring up Jay's stats real quick?
Yeah.
Because as much as I hate the guy, like some of the stuff that he did in MVP
On both sides of the ball.
Like you said, it is tough to beat a quarterback, but I do give Jay credit because he did it on both sides of the ball, and he could have won also every award.
Yep.
So
And again, doesn't turn the ball over. Only
Except
six.
for Man of the Year.
yeah, definitely not that. So he had 35 throwing touchdowns, 6 picks, which is very good ratio, and then another crazy stat is 14 rushing touchdowns. So what's that total? Almost 50 total touchdowns.
He missed 2 games too.
And
Oh, you missed 2 games? Or
One game.
He missed a game.
One
and
game.
How many defensive touchdowns did he have? 3. So he had over 50 total touchdowns, 12 interceptions, which is insanity.
39
I had a pick
fumbles.
this year.
I think he had.
You had no
one
picks
game.
this year?
I think maybe he had 1 pick this year.
Jeez,
One
buddy.
forced one. So I mean, he had 12.
He
So-
balled out.
He balled out.
We need a couple more votes in so I can end it at a better percent here. Please. 75% of the league. It's feared.
Yes. So Jay, we did a live poll, and 75% of voters do indeed fear you. So
So we're just trying to skew the numbers a
We were
little
trying
bit
to
before we
skew
end it.
The scariest 160-pound guy there ever was.
So that's pretty much it, Jay. Thank you for coming on. MVP, most valuable player. Hard to debate that.
Congrats, buddy.
Congrats and good luck tomorrow, Jay.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for hopping on.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate the patience, bro.
Of course. Have a good night.
You too.
You too.
Awesome. So, I mean, do we have any Last takes?
Yeah, I have a couple last takes.
Okay.
I just want to reiterate my takes.
Okay.
And one very important one.
Okay.
The fucking ice train has lost all mobility. It's
Let me
done.
ask you something. What if we still were playing after this week and boom was done? What happens next?
You would never see me in
That's the
public
case.
for the next 6 months.
Yeah, that means you're
Both
done the
lose.
show.
Do we have a show anymore?
Absolutely not.
No, it's shut down. No, hold on. Wait, if we're not in it,
Yeah,
let's just
we're-
keep the show going.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it would be canceled immediately. So you better start.
So you
calling
guys
it
better
now.
start if you like the
If
show.
you guys ever
Some
watched
people
The Longest Yard, we need you to basically be Paul Crew in the scene where, like, you gotta make one of us win this thing. You know what I mean?
Can I make one of you guys win this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So want to
So
wear it?
I
Because
can't.
I don't think either of you are gonna.
What is this?
Oh my god.
What is that?
where is the camera?
It's right there, Freddie.
That's for the champs.
Oh, okay.
Just
The
so you
champs
guys
get
get
rings.
a little
Okay.
preview.
Okay.
Just get
Let me
rings
see
to-
that.
Champs get rings.
And these are these are diesel, man. These are made with, honestly, from your jeweler. A lot of diamonds in here. This thing weighs, dude, you could do like rotator cuff exercises with this thing. You know what I mean? This thing's like a solid 5 pounds.
Shout out to Chicky.
And
He
it's
was also
golden.
up for Man of the Year this year, so he did a lot of things for us with Refin.
Definitely.
Helped us
dude.
with
He did a lot.
rings here.
And shout out to Chicky. He also hooked us up with that mic'd up equipment. That first video that we put together, Chicky literally donated that equipment. Unfortunately, it broke, and he didn't even care. So he's the man. He's the man of the year with us.
Yep, he was just under the threshold there, but he was definitely in the consideration for it. So
Absolutely.
big shout out to Chicky for helping us, especially with the rings here. We got nice rings for all the champions to keep this season. That'll be what we do going forward for every year. So the question I have for you guys before is, what do you expect to see going forward next season? What do you think happens with the league?
Oh wow, he's putting us on the spot, huh? Look at that was an evil question.
Pat, I'll let you.
What do you mean? Can you elaborate a little more?
Do you think we continue to grow? Do you think we see
Yeah.
people leave? Do you think
No.
we change the rules? What do you think we have in the future?
Okay. Also, before I answer this, if anybody in the chat has any questions, like Porter does right now, fire him off. Fire him. We got the commissioner live right now. Let's put him on the hot seat.
We'll answer that after, because that kind of goes hand in hand with what you just asked
Alright,
us.
so let me put
Jordan
my
Porter
2 cents.
asked,
Oh, sorry.
just before we go into it, question for Joey: do you have anything new cooking up for the spring league?
So we have a group of captains so far. So we're getting that started already. I won't announce them just yet, just in case it doesn't follow through, but it looks like it should go on smooth without a hitch. But other than the captains being picked, there's some other ideas floating around that we've discussed kind of on the show before, as far as do we split this league into 2 different divisions? Do we keep it the way it is? Do we expand it to more teams? Do we stay at regatta? So there's a lot of new questions and ideas being floated around. Nothing set in stone yet. But I think the big thing for me is I'd like to see us add 4 more teams. I'd like to see us decrease the roster sizes to 11 or 10 teams that had all their players this season. Playing time for some people was an issue at some points, and some teams like mine, where we only had 6 or 7 show up every game, that was tough. So we'll see what the roster sizes will be, but I'd like to see us get to 20 teams so we can do 2 10-team conferences where everyone plays each other once. Gonna do 2 brackets for the playoffs, and the winners from each conference will play each other for the ultimate championship. But then we could do like an East and West championship before, and then the big championship. So I think 20 teams is the goal going forward for this next season and all the ones going forward. But other than that, still listening to ideas.
20 will be the number.
Yeah, if anyone has things they'd like to see, I'm always open to suggestions, and I love thinking of new concepts that draw us in. The play-in tournament was, I forget who suggested it originally, but it wasn't even my idea, and I thought it was a very good one. I know the biggest hater of the play-in tournament was Riley Cody.
Who wasn't in it?
Riley Cody.
I think he thought he was in it.
He thought he was
And
original.
then he realized he wasn't in it.
He was like, all right, playing
He's the only one
tournament's
that
lit.
heard.
Let's go.
He's the one I heard of that didn't like it. I think the play-in tournament ended up being a great idea, and people enjoyed it. It was a fun event.
I like it. I like the play-in tournament because with a draft style league, sometimes there's a lot of things that are out of your control. So this allows you to have that last chance to come together as a team, put it together as a team, and win that play-in tournament and cause some noise in the next weekend. So I'm for the play-in tournament. I like it in a draft style league like this.
Yeah. So that was the big issue with the first two seasons was attendance. So
Yeah.
towards the end of the season, when people knew like there's no chance of making the playoffs, why even bother showing up?
Right.
People
Yeah.
said,
It kind of kept, yeah, and that's a good point. It
Yeah.
kept everybody, like you looked at teams who were really struggling. It's like, hey, we got a chance this
Yeah.
week. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter what happens. So
Because you're playing
like
a team that's like somewhat struggling too. Like let's say you're that bottom half playing
you're
team.
not playing a team who's just dominant.
That's what I'm saying. You're playing a
Mhm.
team that's literally right on the fence right there that might be struggling at the time or whatever the case may be. So I think all those games are winnable. And I think the draft style league in general, all the games are winnable. So I'll say on the show that I'm not a fan of the A and B division or however you guys want to label that. I think that I welcome all the competition. It's a draft style league, so like there really should never be. I mean, teams are going to always draft better than others, I guess, but it's never going to be a case where you're going to have a bunch of superstars on one team just beating up on teams. Like I love it. I think an A and B division would be a huge transition, and I'm just afraid of like how that would work out. I think that a lot of guys would probably get I think some guys would probably get offended, like they would think like they're borderline A and B, right? And then maybe some guys are like belong in A and they want to go light it up in B or something, and like that kind of doesn't really fix the problem either. I would rather, if the big problem is playing time, I would rather try to figure out a way. I think Ben, your captain, had some kind of idea where like we could like figure out a way to get people involved more. I would rather have to take that route than an A and B division.
So I'm not gonna say the play-in tournament like solved the attendance issue 100%, but we only had one forfeit this year across the whole league.
Which is insane
Yeah.
that it was that low.
The first two
14
seasons, we
teams.
had a bunch of them.
Right.
Infamous Tribe forfeited the whole season. PNG last season, they forfeited half the season. But we only had one forfeit. It wasn't because of like real attendance issues. It's because people decided to play in a tournament somewhere else. And that,
Right.
that is what it is. But other than that, it was everyone played every week. So maybe the play-in tournament had something to do with that because people knew they had something to play for. But the A and B thing, the more that I've talked about it with people, the more we've discussed it. It's probably not the route we're going to take. During the off season, we might try to do some tournament style things, and maybe we'll explore the concept through a tournament instead.
That would be cool.
See
Flip
how
the
it
Bird
works.
Media would be willing to help out and cover that, try to get some cool highlights of it.
Could be a pretty.
That would
fun
be
event.
cool. I'd be all in for it. We've actually Flip the Bird Media has had the idea of we're targeting potentially trying to do a tournament of our own this winter as well. So if we could collab on one, that would be cool.
That'd be awesome. Definitely talk more about it after this for sure.
Jordan Porter has, sorry to cut you off, but Porter has a great question in the chat here. He's wondering where are we gonna go? Where are we gonna? I'll bring that up next. Where are we, dude? Porter wants to know, he really enjoys our videos. Thank you very much for that. And he's wondering what we're gonna do after this league. Are we gonna take a break or what are we gonna do?
No.
And that's a great question. The show goes on, baby, right? I mean, we're not going to probably have a weekly flag football show per se, but we are going to absolutely be posting up to local leagues, and we're going to step up the production. So instead of recording and editing 8 games, we're going to try to go all in on local games that are maybe, big games, championships, playoffs, good matchups, mic up a guy on each team. We already messed around with the mic'd up stuff, and unfortunately, the hardware just that we were given to us, thankfully, wasn't meant for a really physical league like this, so that broke in the first game. That shit got ripped out. The good news is we already have the equipment. We have a set of 2 now. We upgraded the equipment huge. The audio is going to be much better. We're going to be able to record within 150 yards, so cutting out is not going to be an issue. I'm not going to have to follow the player around. You know what I mean? That was one of the issues we had. So we're definitely looking to continue to make videos for everybody, flag football content. And if you're into video games at all too, we're definitely going to shift into that a
I'm
little
gonna be
bit.
shitting on this kid in Madden.
I'm
all
gonna beat
winter.
the fuck out of Howe in UFC on Xbox. You know what I mean? I'm gonna beat his head in on stream.
We might have to talk to Ben if you guys do some video game stuff, because over at the arcade at Boom Boom, we'll be running hopefully soon some like 2K and Madden tournaments.
Oh,
and,
okay.
like,
Maybe
full
we can
season
collab
long
on that
That'd be
then.
sick.
Yeah.
Draft,
Yeah.
draft your own teams in Madden and stuff like that. So
Okay.
maybe that's
And we're still learning, right? I mean, Flip the Bird Media is not going to just stop at one thing. We're going to continue to grow in flag football, and we're going to continue to put our efforts elsewhere. So if anybody has any suggestions, things that they would like us to cover, we would be all about that. Question for the panel. Will Mike Howe ever be good again? Mike, you want to take this one?
Yeah, well, I got a couple things, 3 things to go over. I won't take
Okay.
too long.
Okay.
First, Dome said SPD is in for the B division if we do a tournament.
That's kind of funny.
Hey, fucking hilarious.
He ripped
If,
it.
the,
like
hey,
that.
if there's money,
Dome had one comment tonight, and he fucking ripped it.
if there's money in the B division, we're playing in it. Gonna leave. That's all I can say about that. Jason
You're a
Grace
scam artist.
said, "Will Mike Howe ever be good again?" I mean, there was cheer. He played in a different league on Thursday for the championship. They counted their money towards Florida. And
Oh, no.
all I'm gonna leave it at this is people were on the sidelines were yelling out
Loser.
Ray Charles, which
Ray
I
Charles.
did say on this. I'm just saying his nickname. He might have a new nickname. So that's the second.
I can't put everything on Jay Charles in that game. I watched the live stream a lot of it. I don't know what was going on, but
Bro, that
that's
pass rush was intense.
pass rush was they were
They
set
snapped
every
the ball.
time.
That was
It was
intense.
probably, but exactly, it was 2, 3, maybe even 4 times the snap just went into the ground. All over his head.
Let's not take this away from Jay Charles played like shit. Okay, but I think the question is will Jay ever be good again?
Oh my god!
Will he ever recover
This is
from
the
it?
Uno
Yeah.
reverse card.
Is this
Get
Jay's-
back, buddy.
Is this his
Are
last
you
MVP?
gonna be good
Huh?
anymore?
Is this Jay's last MVP?
Is this his?
He's
No,
gonna
but
win
he's-
Aaron Rodgers. He's gonna win 9, 10
Okay.
MVPs, and he's gonna get.
But the
He'd be
winning
lucky
could
to
be
even
done.
get
You're
one.
saying the winning could be all done.
I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't ever win the champion. He hasn't won yet. He hasn't won the championship
Yep.
yet. He's
Right.
been known to fold like a cheap suit under pressure. So moving on, I do want to cover one thing.
Okay.
Bova asked us a question. Where does he see, this league moving forward? And I think naturally every season there's going to be people that leave and people that join.
Mhm.
But I think in this league, if anything, it just the more people leave, the more people that join, it's going to be continue to be more and more competitive. I think that you're going to see the competition took a big step up this year. And I think that even next year it's going to go, or next session, it's going to continue to add because I've been hearing kids saying, "Oh, what's up with this draft league? Like, I didn't know anything about it." And I'm like, listen, man, it's been going on. And so now that people are starting to hear about it in these flag leagues and everything else, and it's not just kind of a pickup league anymore, it's actually a legitimate league. I think that it's going to increase in competition. And I think just overall growth. I mean, it just when you have 20 teams, and the good news is that you're paying $100, so there is some money, a good amount of money going towards the league. And I think you've done a great job where with that $100, you're getting your jersey. There's no ref fees, and you're getting a good field. And I think that as it continues and more money comes into the league, I think just all of that aspect's going to be better. The jersey's already sick. The field, and what else can you ask for really out of a field? You know what I mean? It's
Could be a little flatter.
it could be a little flatter, but you have 20 teams playing on it a week. You know what I mean? And for $100, it's great value. So I think it's just the sky's the limit basically with the league. So I think you've done a great job in that sense. For real.
Definitely appreciate that. And that's actually one thing, the range that I've seen recently as far as people that have heard about the league, it's
Yeah.
actually kind of shocking to me is how many people really know about it. I played a league with Yeba, who plays on Revenge on Tuesdays, and that's in Worcester.
Yeah.
And there's tons of guys there I've never met, never seen before outside of that league, and they've heard about it, and now they're talking about it. A lot of them from like Everett, Malton, Chelsea, and
Oh, I've talked about it with guys from over there in that area too.
So it's been extended to different areas that I wouldn't have originally expected it to. So might see some people that, I don't really know. That's the first 2 seasons. I knew most of the people coming in the league, or I've seen them before in other leagues. So it's kind of easy to transition them in. But these new guys coming in, having them keep the culture that we've kind of grown here. Also get to know them could be another hurdle to jump over.
Yeah, keeping that family feel to it.
Right. And I think we've kind of not gotten away from it. I think we talked about this in the last time on the show, but it's definitely a different type of environment now, which I don't think is bad. I think the current environment is good, and I'd like to keep it the way it is or similar at least. I had another question for you guys. What was it?
And just to pick up while you think about that, it's Danny also said fields are fine, league skyrocketing. We just want to say thank you, Bova. Us, the people, appreciate you. Thank you. And he's 100% right, because you don't realize how much of the background work that goes into it, like the scheduling, the working with us about, putting an episode together or getting the stats together or working with Parker, going to the field and setting up the field, talking, arranging the permit. It's just there's so much on your shoulders dealing with fucking kids saying, hey, there's a fight this week, Bova. What do we do? Do we kick this guy out, or are we keeping this guy or not? Bova, we need refs. This guy's not sure. And you never bitch. I've never seen you bitch. You just handle it, and we got to give you a lot of fucking credit, man.
You do appreciate you guys for that for sure. But to be honest, I mean, since the start, I do obviously do the background stuff like what Howe was just talking about, but things like what you're doing here with the show, and people, especially the first couple seasons, just volunteering with their time to help do reffing and live streaming from the captains, all that stuff that just makes it that extra step above from other places I've seen. It's really the community itself. So I really couldn't do any of this without the help that I've gotten from everybody else. So I do appreciate the community as a whole for, really helping me get this rolling. It wouldn't be where it is without people like yourselves and Justin and Chicky and everybody else that's helped in the past couple seasons. So this is probably, out of everything I've done, whether it's work or other, personal interests that I have, this community has been the most that I've seen give back. So I do appreciate it.
Yeah, that's the best part about it too, is this league has absolutely grown into such a community. The coolest part is definitely, I mean, you make friends throughout the season. You know what I mean? I met so many new people this year, and it's a blast.
Yep,
It's a lot of fun.
Before this league, I probably wouldn't have really talked to
Yeah.
either of you.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't have known.
I'm now you're my boy. Let's go.
Appreciate you, sir. Thank you, sir.
And, so Bova, just two things now. I have a question for you, and Dome has a question as well. I'll go first, just real quick. Is there ever a point this league gets to where, let's say you have 20 teams and it's like you have a massive wait list? Is there ever gonna be a cap? Is 20 the cap, or can you see this going even more than that?
I mean, it really depends on where we can go.
Right.
If we have regatta and we can only do 2 fields at a time, we could probably extend the time slots. But then, you get into
People
the
are
issue
playing
where
at 3, 4.
either
Right.
you're playing at 7 a.m. or you're playing at 3 p.m.
Right.
So if we could find another, the goal eventually is like this season, I put about 15-20% of the total funds aside into a fund to hopefully eventually buy our own space. That'll be our own fields, where you have 3, maybe 4 fields. But until that time, it can't get, I don't think, too much bigger than 20. Maybe like 22 would be the cap for regatta. Because I don't think people. I mean, in the spring might not be too much of an issue. People playing past 2-3 o'clock. But in the fall, I know people want to watch football and basketball and stuff like that. So you don't want to be there too late and waste your whole day at the field. But I do see this league, if as long as people keep enjoying it and it keeps going the way it has been, I think this has been the most successful and streamlined season as far as not really big issues.
Yeah, honestly, this season has been great as far as drama. There hasn't been anything.
It's crazy to think that this league could potentially, it's a realistic thought that it could have an NFL size like 32 teams. You don't have the stadium for it, which would be the toughest part.
The stadium, he says.
Like,
Imagine.
well, it's just tough. Like, how would you put?
We got Rob.
You could
Facebook
get-
list Rob running the
You
Jumbotron.
could get 32 teams, 10 players a team, and all of a sudden you got fucking a legitimate NFL league.
That's it.
Add me into
Fucking
any FL
Jumbotron.
league, you know what I mean? But that's
Could be.
crazy.
Could be. I mean, at that point, you do instead of 2, you do 4 divisions and 4 teams.
You
play.
got guys playing fucking 7 days a week. There's just a game. There's a primetime game. There's Monday Night Football. There's
There's always something going.
Could be. I mean, we'll see how it goes. I mean, from the first season, we had about 100 players. This season, about a year later, we're at 200 something players. So it keeps. I don't think it's going to keep growing and doubling every season. That'd be a little crazy. But even if we get another 50 next season, and then after that, we're going to get another 50.
Right.
Like we were just talking about, we got people from Everett, Malden, and Chelsea that are hearing about it, and all these guys originally from New Hampshire.
Now there's 32 teams.
I think no matter what the teams max out at, I feel like it's just always going to be filled out. Like,
Yeah.
if you go to
Yeah.
22 teams, it's going to fill out, and there's going to be a waiting list.
I don't think
They're
we're having trouble getting people in here. I think that's
No.
pretty solid.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, it's just hopefully.
I
we
think
can-
this spring's going to be wild.
I think so too.
Well,
Especially with current.
I think it's going to
season.
be the
Speaking
craziest
of
season
spring,
ever.
going to what Dome just asked. So Dome was wondering, what about the referee situation? Moving forward, as you get more people, I know this session, a lot of people stepped up to be referees. Obviously, it's tough because, some weeks, some guys can't show up. So obviously, it's a big playbook. It's a lot to learn. What's going on with the referees moving forward today?
So for anyone that plays in that Thursday league, we're talking to Chicky about it. The guys that do the Thursday league and also Mass Flag, they've been interested in doing our Sunday league as well. So the plan is hopefully for them to come out to the scrimmages and rookie showcase games in the off season before the season actually starts, so they can kind of get a feel of the rules. It's very, it's an awkward rule set that we have here. It's
Right.
very different than
Yeah,
most
I see
places.
what you
So
mean.
there was talks about actually trying to have them come in for the playoffs, but we kind of shut that down because of that reason.
Right.
Having to learn weird rules.
Yeah, I mean, that be a
Derek
factor in
Booten,
the
by the
game.
way, put a heart face when he mentioned the referee situation.
You want
Dial it down, buddy. We got a big game morning, all right? Please.
That's the fireball I was talking about. It's a big tub. I've never seen a tub of fireball. That's crazy.
Why?
Is he hammered? Derek, are you
Why
hammered?
bring a tub of Fireball when you're blue
Oh,
storm?
here we go. Here we go.
But so okay, so I appreciate it, Bova. So
So they might be
there's
coming
the
in.
talks of
Dome's raising his hand.
no,
he's
he's
clapping.
clapping. He likes Dome likes where that was going in. I gotta give a big shout out to Dome too because
Dome's a fan.
Dome really, whether you like it or not, he
For the
brought this
culture.
league like together.
Yeah.
It's like more like when you got that guy who's
Yeah.
posting funny shit, and you got to give Dome credit because he would come with a cooler full of beer every single week.
Dome is.
And there was
literally
definitely
fucking
some
Dome, dude.
people drinking on Dome's cooler.
And then he
that
makes
might have
sure
not
that the
thrown
trash
some
is
money.
picked up too. He's
And he
always got
makes
that
sure-
trash fucking tied up to the back of his pickup, ready to go.
Shout out to Dome, honestly.
And
was
Dome,
a-
whatever you poured down my fucking gullet, what was that fucking Hennessy, buddy? That wasn't just a normal size shot. I was hammered on the last Sunday, buddy. I was
Oh, your finger. Yeah. Before we end it,
drunk for hours. No, I
what's
been covered
going
in
on
rum.
with your?
It's honestly wicked black and blue. It's
What do you got?
It's
Let's
like-
see it.
dude, it's literally like have you ever seen Blue Storm's uniforms?
Yeah.
Dude, that's how blue my finger is. All right, except like more blue.
On that note,
Yeah.
any last thoughts, questions?
Hope my finger feels okay.
Okay, Bova.
Just again, I just appreciate the work that Rob and Brad, what's his name?
Rob and Ben.
Ben. Sorry, Ben. I don't talk to you guys very often.
Yeah, they're
Appreciate Rob and Ben for the backside of what you guys doing here.
Rip it. We do. Honestly, I do need to give a huge shout out to what Rob and Ben do behind closed doors. A lot of people always thank Howe and I, but you guys have no idea the value that Rob and Ben bring to
Incredible
our
work.
team because we clearly we couldn't do it without them. If anybody remembers Ice Media, those fucking scumbags from last year.
Whatever happened to those guys?
Funny, those guys got tuned.
They're on
Honestly,
the. Hey, you know where they're at? They're on the ice train.
And that was
They're on
I'm
the
all
ice
done.
train. Thank you, fellas. When's the league party? I was actually thinking about
Okay,
that today.
before we do end it,
We're
Rob.
thinking
hopefully
about
you didn't-
throwing a
No, we
early-
are. We are.
early 2000s theme.
Huh?
We're throwing an early 2000s theme end of the year party.
Yeah, we're
figure
gonna
it
rent out a hall. I believe it's gonna be in Lowell. So if anybody can come out, we're gonna celebrate the season. We're
I'm
gonna
the
celebrate
DJ.
NFL, Flip the Bird,
We're working on
House
that.
Media.
I'm DJing that.
He's DJing.
Bring
Yeah.
your dancing shoes. That's all
Bring
I
your
gotta
dancing
say.
shoes. We're miking up on the dance floor.
That's right. 2021 Boom Boom is getting together tomorrow night for the 14th
Hey,
celebratory chip dinner. Let's kill this before
Don't
it's
you
coming.
guys owe me food? You owe me food on
No,
it.
Ben owes me Fogo de Chao. I just wear that.
Yeah, buddy,
Oh,
that's
buddy,
been
yeah.
quiet. It's been really
Well, it's
quiet.
because you put a bullshit team in the B division.
That's all right. We're eating good.
He initiated that.